Hey writers, so today we're going to continue working on our persuasive letters, and we're going to start off by talking about all the things that we've already done. So you should have your current persuasive letter in front of you, whichever one you're working on, and let's take a look first to make sure that you have all these things. We need to make sure that we start with a greeting. You need to make sure you say what you want or believe. You need to give 3 reasons with evidence for why the person should be persuaded to agree with you. And then you need to explain why it's important. Today we're going to talk about how the next step for a writer is to give a small moment or example. This is kind of like a story that draws the reader in to get them to actually believe what it is that you're saying and get them to want to agree with you. So let's get started with that right now. All right, so let's take a look at let us take a look at the letter that I have been working on for my brother. So let's start off and read it, and let's see if I have some of these things that I'm supposed to have. So it says, Dear Connor. Go ahead and make sure you're reading it with me. Dear Connor. Hey, how is Boston? I'm writing to convince you to come home for spring break. Okay, there it is. I'm going to put a little check mark next to that because I just said what it is I wanted. First of all, I'm starting to think these are reasons. First of all I want is to make videos with you. Second, the weather is better here. Third, most importantly, I know Marion and Dad want to see you. This is important to me because, that's starting to sound like a reason. I'm giving a reason why it's important. This is important to me because I miss you and feel lonely at home without you. Okay, so let's take a look and see if I did all of those things that I'm supposed to do. So let's look on our checklist here. All right, so let's see what I can check off here. So did I start with a greeting? Why, yes, I did. Did I say what I wanted or believed? Yes, I did. Did I give 3 reasons with evidence? Yes. Did I explain why it's important? Yes. Did I give a small moment or an example? Well, not yet. So now let's go back and let's take a look at that example. And let's see what I do to give a small moment or an example. All right. So now let's carry on. I'll miss you. I feel lonely at home without you. So now I'm thinking, well, what is a moment or a little story that I could share with Connor to really get Connor interested in and convinced about the idea of coming home for spring break? So, well, I'm thinking about last time we did that. I'm trying to convince him, so I'm trying to remind him of just how fun it would be. So let's take a look. It says, remember last time you came home? We made a dance video and we had so much fun. I'd love to do that again. So I wrote about the last time. Go ahead and read it. So it said, remember last time you came home? We made a dance video and we had so much fun. I would love to do that again. Here I'm trying to convince Connor that it would be a good use of his time to come home. So I told a little story. So that is my little story. And I'm going to go ahead and check that off now. But I end with, so please come home for spring break. Just a quick reminder to him of why or what it is that I actually want him to do. So now let's take a look at this checklist. So we said that I already started with a greeting, that I already explained why it's important, and we said that I gave 3 reasons. The last thing that I needed to do was give a small moment or example, and that's that story that I told about. Remember the time when, and the idea was to just get him interested and get him believing that I should do it. So that is what you are going to be working on today, giving a small moment or example. So I want you to take a minute and take a look at your writing, the letter that you're working on. And I want you to think, what is the small moment or example that you're going to give to get the reader interested in doing what you're asking them to do? Go ahead and give it a minute to think about it. All right, so now you can go ahead and get started writing. Today, while you're writing, you should be working on giving a small moment or example after you do all of these other things. Go ahead and get started.